Hey everyone, so welcome back to Move Over Martha. I am going to be doing a Halloween craft today. It's a little bracelet. This could probably be a kid's craft too, except for the spray paint part that we'll talk about. But I bought this bracelet at Pier 1 last year, and it was like $6.99 or $7.99, something like that. And every time I wore it, someone would stop me and say, "Oh, that bracelet's adorable. Where did you get it?" So I went back to get one from my mom and my sister because they really liked it. I was going to give it to them for like a little Halloween gift, but it was sold out. So I thought, well, it seems really easy to make. I could probably just replicate it myself. The hardest part was finding white beads. I don't know why. I went to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. I went all over and I could not find white beads like this to paint on. It was such a search. So then I thought, well, maybe I could just get plain wooden beads and spray paint them. Because when I looked at this bead, it looks like it's clear on the edge, and then it looks like they spray painted it. I don't know why the camera's not focusing, but so I thought, well, if I found some other beads, then I could probably just spray paint them. So I went over into Bell's Outlet because I thought, well, sometimes they have like strands of beads and they're cheap. Maybe they'd have white ones, but they didn't. So they had this green pair, and it was $3.99 for the whole strand. So I thought, well, I'll just spray paint them. So here's my spray paint box. What I did was I originally strung a clear fish line, like I cut a slit and strung them up there, but it was really hard to spray them and get an even coat. Like the back side needed paint, the front side was like kind of dripping. So even though it's tedious, I found this method with the paintbrushes was the most effective because I already wasted like a strand of beads trying to spray paint them on the string like that. So what I did was I just put my bead onto the old paintbrush and I just stuck it in my spray paint box, and then I just spray painted it. I was able to like turn the bead on the paintbrush to get an even coat. After that, I then took another paintbrush and I stuck it in the hole on the bottom, and then I transferred it to another paintbrush just so that underneath it was kind of had like a puddle of paint, and I didn't want that paint to dry and stick to the beads. So I transferred it to another stick, another paintbrush, and then I let it dry. I then sprayed it with this triple thick crystal clear glaze, just because even though the spray paint is glossy, I found in certain areas it was a little matte, maybe where I had touched it or something, and I wanted it to be like long lasting. So I feel if it has that clear glaze over it, it would stand the test of time. It'd be a little sealed better. So I used some glossy acrylic paint just so that it gives it some shine and that makes it a little more durable. I have some paintbrushes, old paintbrushes, some styrofoam, and what I did was I cut this cardstock and I just punched some holes in it so that the bead, this little bead keeps coming off his spot. I punched a hole so that the bead sat in the spot and didn't roll off. So I painted a dab of red in the center, and then I let it dry, and then I came back and did a dot of black, and I did that with all the colors. So once that was dry, I then did the squigglies for the bloodshotness, and then I let it dry overnight, and I came up in the morning and I flipped the bead over and I painted the other side and I let it dry. I really don't think you can see a difference because the Pier 1 beads are very homemade looking. Each dot is a different size. The squigglies are all different. Some are longer, shorter. I just think it adds to the cuteness of it. So I don't think you could really tell the difference between mine or theirs. Once they're completely dry, you can then string them on to the stretchy cord and then put some spacers. My beads are a little bigger. Those were the only ones I could find. I found smaller, but I didn't want it to be smaller, so bigger I guess is fine. I string them along and put a spacer. Maybe if I use the bigger beads, I'll use one spacer in between, and then I just add when I tie the knot, I add a little dab of this hypo cement so that the knot doesn't come undone or break off, and then it will last a little longer if somebody gets to pulling on it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish spraying the rest of my beads, and then I'll come back. For $3.99, I think you could get maybe 3 bracelets out of this one strand. I don't think that's too bad. I mean, it makes a cute teacher's gift for Halloween if you wanted to give it to like a coworker at work, to have 3 bracelets for $3.99. If you have the time to spray paint and paint them, it's a cute little gift. So I'm going to go ahead and finish stringing mine, and then I will be back to show you the finished product, and we'll do a little comparison as to which one. And maybe my kids can come in and see if they could detect which one was bought and which one was made. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so I'm back with the finished product. I don't really think you can tell a difference on which one is the store-bought and which one is the homemade. I also have a variation that I did. I wound up finding some black beads that are about the same size at Michael's. I think it was a strand of like 24 beads for $3.99, and you're able to get 2 bracelets out of it. And I thought it'd be cute to do a little spooky eye bracelet. Same effect. I used the green kind of, it's not glow, but it's a little neon. It's like a yellowish green. And I did 4 sets of eyes on each bead, so because it was a little smaller than the actual bloodshot eye, so that when it was turned it would always have the eyes. And I think it came out really adorable. They have glow in the dark paint, and you could probably paint it over that. It's like a little, you know, dries clear or whatever, that if it was in the dark it would glow. I think that would be cute. But that was the end result of the project, and I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you like what I have to say and you want to see more. I think next I'm going to be doing how to make some notepads, something real simple with the computer. So stay tuned and click like if you like it, comment if you have any comments, and I hope to see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.